Getting back into our mini series of Microsoft 365 Copilot, now introducing Microsoft Teams. We're going to have a look of summaries and how to use Copilot best in the Microsoft 365 and specifically Microsoft Teams interface. So let's start right here with an open chat that we have. This is likely the area where you are working with in Teams, right? We have the possibility in any open chat to open Copilot over here in order to get contextual responses really focused on the conversation at hand. If it's a meeting conversation, that works as well. There's no difference in here. So let's open Copilot over here. I have interacted with it previously, so let's just give it another go. If I'm going up, you will see that Copilot itself is set in German. That's also proven over here with the starter prompts, the suggestions that we have over here. And if I initially talk to it in German, I will get German responses in spite of the speaking or writing language over here being English. This is a nice testimony to the capabilities of Copilot in order to translate content to what I need right now. So let's dive in. Let's ask it to summarize. Please summarize this conversation so far to get a gist of the main points and things that happened. Apparently, it's a conversation that only happened on Friday, the 8th of August. So if there were multiple days of interactions, either I wouldn't get a specific date or I would get a range of dates or maybe timestamps on top of what they are telling me, they being Copilot right now. I have my citations that I know and love to jump into the conversation area of what Copilot says we have retrieved the information from. And if I want to continue, I can contextually use suggestions over here that make sense. They can make sense. Highlights in the past 7 days, highlights from the past 30 days. What are key decisions that have been made, or what are any open points? And I like the part of open points. However, since it's set in German, if I now say what are open points with the suggestions over here, it will immediately submit it to Copilot. I now have a German answer again, which means I now have to either say translate in English or tell it to tell me the main points again, but using English. So what are any open points in the conversation? And now, thankfully, he will switch back in English and we will understand what's going on and could clarify with what has been said in the summary of what needs to be done still. So this is an easy way in order to get a head start of what's going on, or even see whether there's still something that I need to do in a previous chat that I might have forgotten. Other ways of interacting with Copilot is, as you see on this shared page over here in the chat area right here. This is how we can access the Microsoft 365 Copilot interface as we would have on a Microsoft 365 Copilot app. We don't have to jump in between apps if we don't want to. Copilot will give us options to interact in one place like an omni-channel with it the way we want. If we had any previous chat, we could access them over here as with the old interface. There are agents for us from Microsoft or internally from the organization or personally to access and chat with. We can create new ones, we can add new ones. We can obviously toggle whether it's a web or work-based scenario where we want the answers focused. And here we can even end and disable web-based answers when it is set on work. If I have a scenario where I'm looking for a specific person or document or company within my conversations, and maybe I made a mistake and I haven't talked to them, but I thought I did, and Copilot is still set on the web-based search, it might just pull information of that company and not what I'm really looking for over here. So this is something that I can tinker to based on my use cases. I get the same interface if I go down here for the Microsoft 365 Copilot interface. It's just a way of not jumping too much between one area and the other if I quickly need to switch. And what I can do here is now summarize the conversation with Samantha Hayes so far, which is someone that I have not really talked to via um, via Teams at all. So what I can do right here is use it the same way I can use the Microsoft 365 Copilot interface. I can ask it anything about my work-based context. I'm getting a summary of the emails that I had with her. I get all my sources, and I can now jump to different kind of places in my Outlook or in my OneDrive, in my SharePoint, whatever I need. I can access it from here. And as you see, since we have a new conversation, I can also jump to the conversation history if there was anything that I need to continue with. So this is a good way in order to interact with Copilot and get a head start in kind of an omni-channel vibe, which is what they're trying to do right now. In the next video, we're going to have a look in using Copilot in a live chat. So stay tuned.